Welcome to the View of the King. It's a brand new channel that nobody's ever seen before. Please scroll and troll down below and let us know if we're any good or not, I don't know. But anyway, this channel, or this show, sorry, is how to learn how to fly, so we know for sure the first thing you want to do when you're learning to fly is go get yourself the biggest, baddest honking warbird that you possibly can, because you know that's what everybody wants to fly. Because you know for sure you'll be the 1 in a billion person that's somehow able to fly this magnificent machine through osmosis or something, and you don't need the 5 years worth of training that you would actually need to properly manage and fly this here plane. So I mean, you might as well just go for it and you're an expert, you don't need to know nothing. However, for everybody else, especially me, well, we have over here the Apprentice Trainer, which is an aircraft specifically designed for training students how to fly. It was designed to be much easier due to its wing structure. Having dihedral and the way that the wing is shaped and the plane is designed is specific to make it easy for training students, because the plane basically almost kind of flies itself. For a lot of people in the hobby, I mean, this is just a plain, outright enjoyable plane that real easy to fly, and it's a lot of fun to own, and it's, well, even though it doesn't excite me like it used to, and I spent about 8 months to learn how to fly this particular unit. However, as soon as I accomplished that, of course, I was so eager to get stepped up to the next plane. That would be number 2 plane. No, there we go. Yes, we'll stay. This plane here, although most people probably could learn to get to fly on it, and a lot of people do, it's generally recommended that you would use the apprentice style trainer. But of course this plane is actually made from the Apprentice Trainer, so technically speaking they're almost the same plane, they're very similar. But this makes an excellent second plane for most people to fly, because again it is so easy to fly and it maneuvers so well. For a student like myself, or a beginner, to fly this plane is quite easy to do actually, and I've had a lot of fun learning on this one. I've spent about a year now learning how to fly myself to get started. However, I know everybody's so bored of this type of plane. We'll just throw that down over here and get something much more exciting on the rack. This, oh my goodness, is a Trojan. And this Trojan is one of the most common planes that you'll see in the hobby. Technically speaking, it was designed to learn how to train, or to train jet fighters, sorry. And it is an excellent plane. It is really good for somebody, especially about a year's worth of skill where I'm at currently right now. But anyway, this plane here will of course get you ready for the next big step, which is of course just waiting for us right over here. Now, this plane, on the other hand, of course, is one of my personal favorites, the stunt plane. I really like that. However, as I'm sure most people would know, you probably need a year or two to be able to properly fly an actual stunt plane. But the nice thing about the stunt planes is they have excellent flight characteristics. And usually once you're like me and you're sort of getting the hang of how to fly, managing a plane like this won't be that hard to do, as it does fly really nice, and a lot of fun to fly, to tell you the truth. But anyway, I can hardly wait to get this one up and demonstrate it for you. But we're here presenting planes, of course, today, so I won't be able to do any flying for it. But that's all right. Right over here, we have a very typical 1950s design. This particular model is a Sportster. It sounds sort of like a Harley-Davidson, I know that. However, this is an airplane, of course. And this 1950s Sportster, which is a beautiful plane, I could hardly wait to fly it one day. I haven't quite flown this one yet myself. But this is a very typical design of a plane that is called a scale plane, meaning that it would fly very much like a real plane, as opposed to the stunt plane or the lesser foam planes that I've already been flying. This plane here, chances are you'll need about the same flight skills as, of course, the stunt plane. They are about equal when it comes to flight skills. However, I wouldn't recommend to people like me that are only a year into the hobby to even think about flying the warplanes just yet, because they can be a little tricky, but they do have lots of foam models that are easier to fly than these full-scale sized balsa wood ones, which you can always try to get yourself one of those. However, myself personally, I love to have a plane with a nice big gas engine on the front of it, because to me, this is as close as you can get, more or less within reason, to flying a real aircraft, which is of course what I am working towards trying to do. I am going to spend 2 years training myself using the models before I go and attempt flying a flight school, and I'm now 1 year into my training, and I've decided that I would attempt a YouTube channel and see if I'm any good at it. Maybe I can fly, I don't know. We're going to find all that out soon enough, don't worry about that. Because as soon as I get a chance, and as soon as the weather is right, because I have been waiting for 2 months now for it to stop raining, and it just hasn't quite stopped yet, but I'm pretty sure within another week or two that we'll get the type of weather we're needing, and I'll of course need to get my flight instructor Tim to assist me with this, of course, and get myself some more advanced lessons so that I would hopefully not smash this plane instantly upon takeoff, which has happened to me a couple of times. But that's beside the point. If you're going to get into the hobby and fly RC planes, etc., you'll have to get used to the fact that even experienced and professional pilots do so make the odd little mistake and smash their beautiful airplane up, which can happen, and you shouldn't let it get you, because I mean it really does happen to all of us, and well, especially me being a beginner, but that's all right. This type of plane here is definitely what most people probably would like to see in the hobby as opposed to the foam. But nevertheless, I am going to be out there attempting to fly these absolutely as soon as possible. And I really hope that you enjoy our show and our introduction. And we will of course do everything we can to demonstrate all of these nice planes for you. Try our best to explain the lessons that we'll need to learn to be able to fly them. Sequentially, of course, because in order to be an actual Top Gun pilot, well, you need about $1 million worth of training currently. And most of us can't really afford that, I'm sure. But that doesn't matter, we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to do it using the model airplane since we can't really afford real ones just yet. And we hope that you guys are going to enjoy our show, and maybe you could learn how to fly and come on out to a nice flying field, find yourself a nice flight instructor, and who knows, maybe you could enjoy a really awesome hobby, which I've really come to actually thoroughly enjoy in the last year. It's great to get outside, have a barbecue, and sit in the sun, and just relax with your friends out there, and just have a good time, because that's really what most of us are really doing out there at the flight field, just so that everybody knows. We don't really do that much flying, we do more enjoying out there. But nevertheless, we hope you might want to join us at a flying field near you, and come on out, have some fun. Thank you very much for enjoying our show. We'll see you back.